Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Thursday banger. That's a lot, y'all. It's time for the Thursday banger. It's time for the Thursday banger, y'all. That's a lock, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, man, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. And I promise y'all there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all just stay out the way, man. That's it, man. You can either stay out the way, you can go to jail, man. But if you choose to go to jail, it'll be the dumbest decision you ever made in your life. I'm telling you, man, it'll be the dumbest decision you ever made in your life. Me getting locked up at 17, man, ruining all my 20s and missing all of that, man. I made a stupid mistake, man. It was the dumbest decision I ever made in my life, man. And I'm here today, man, to let y'all know that's not the decision that y'all supposed to make, man. I'm letting y'all know, man, that's not a decision that you're supposed to make, man. Going to prison, man, going to jail, wherever you want to go, you want to leave your family. You don't want to do it, man. You out here running around in the streets, man, like being a street dude, like just look around, man. It's just in the way. It just looks stupid. Everybody outside with big pistols and everybody trying to, come on, man. We're not getting no money. Nobody's growing over. We ain't doing nothing but losing kids, man. That's it, man. To violence all day, man. That's all we doing, man. We got to clean it up, man. If we want to clean it up, we got to clean it up ourselves, man. It's going to stop with us, man. It ain't about where you live at, man, for real, man. It's about how you moving out there, man. And if everybody's still moving around, just doing unnecessary crime, just sliding and gliding all over the place, man, then you going to jail. You already know that, man. But when you go to that place, hopefully that place will straighten you out like it did me. Prison straightening is at least, I'll say 50% of the people out there goes to prison, man. You know what I mean? The other 50% is coming right back, which is a sad thing. So don't be that statistic, man, if you're going to be a street dude out here, man. Jail is in your future if you're out here doing the wrong thing. Trust me on that one. Listen to me when I tell y'all that, man, because I'm going to say it one more time. If you out here doing the wrong thing, going to prison is in your future. It is, man. And that's just that, y'all. So if you don't want that to happen, you don't want to leave your family, just stay out the way, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is a Thursday banger. So what I need y'all to do this one? Like, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But it's time for business. Time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called Gossip Brings Violence. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation, but we are aware, people. We in penitentiary, man, where crazy things happen all the time. And I'm telling y'all, man, a lot of times, man, people getting stuff, man, all behind just talking, man, like all behind not minding their business, all behind like spreading rumors or just trying to do something that's involving gossiping, man. Like gossiping in prison, it's a thing that happens in there because I told y'all, like so many dudes in there with nothing to do with their life except be nosy and watch and see what the other next man is doing. Everybody talks about what everybody's doing in there. That's just how it go in there, man. Like it happens like that in there. And a lot of times if you would be that person that's gossiping, man, a lot of things can go wrong for you, man. So with that being said though, we on Lawrenceville for this, y'all. We on Lawrenceville. We in 60 building for this one, man. And like this one, I was in there for the second time around, man. You know, it wasn't as crazy as it was when I was in there the first time. You already know the count. But being back in 60 building, man, it opened my eyes up to a lot of things, man. And like, you know, like being on Lawrenceville, like being in 30 building for so long, man, being comfortable with the phone, getting the pack, moving around, knowing everybody, got my hand and everything over there. Like, it opened my eyes up to, man, that you know what, you can't never get comfortable nowhere in no time in prison, man. Like I don't care what prison you at, what block you in, or whatever the case, you can never get comfortable. Because the way I got moved from 30 building over to 60 building, man, it showed me like, yo, you still an inmate. Like regardless of what you got going on, we can do whatever we want because this is our compound. So like when I went over to 60 building, I went over there already feeling like that, man. Like, you know, there's no need for me to whine about getting moved from my building over to 60 building, knowing that how they did it. You know what I mean? I got moved over there because me and the sergeant kept beefing. Like the sergeant just really hated me. He thought I was a ringleader or whatever the case. But I wasn't nobody but the dude with the brains. That's all I was, man. That was, know how to make money, know how to keep dudes around me that's gonna get money. Like, that's who I was. He got mad about that just because he never could catch me, man. So he got rid of me. He got rid of me, man. He moved me back to San Francisco, but it wasn't San Francisco around this time. So when I got over there, it was all right. It was all right when I got over there, man. I had 2 roommates when I got over there. My first roommate I had over there, like, he lasted probably about a month or 2, 3 months. Me and him was in the cell together, and I ended up getting another roommate. But the first roommate, man, we're going to call him Jeff, man. Now, when I moved in the block, Jeff was the guy that, I saw already when I moved in. Like, when I came into the block, it was locking down, and I seen dudes out there cleaning up. So when I come in the pod, dude was like, yo, you going in that cell right there. So when I go upstairs and go to the cell, there won't nobody in there. So I told y'all the rules. Like, I don't be going in there. You don't supposed to go in nobody's cell with nobody in there. So I walked, turned around, like, yo, who in here? Dude was like, yo, Jeff, and you in the cell with Jeff. So he pointed at an old bald head dude that was downstairs sweeping. He looked up. He was like, oh, you good, younger, good. You good, you go up there. You good, go ahead and put your stuff up. So I'm like, you sure? He like, yeah, I'm gonna be out here. Well, I'll be there before count. I'm like, all right. So he went and got his stuff together. From the looks of things, you know what I mean? Like, it was like he was up under the steps a little bit. So it was like I couldn't really scan him. Like, I wanted to scan him. I'm definitely gonna scan him because they moved me back to the block I really hated. You know what I mean? So like, I wanted to scan him, but he was sweeping with the broom. And he was like, yo, you go ahead. He disappeared like under the steps from where our cell was at. So I couldn't see him no more. You know what I mean? So I went in the junk, got myself together, started putting my stuff up. I saw that, you know what I mean? He was a clean old head. I saw he had his own TV. I saw, he had a lot of his own stuff. You already know that's a plus in my book. But the only thing that I didn't like was I was on the top bunk. You know what I mean? Like, I love being on the bottom bed, you know what I mean? But he was there first. He's an old head, so I already know this was a no-win situation. So he finally come in the cell when it was time for lockdown after he cleaned up. So when he came in, he was like, yo, what's up, man? I'm Jeff, man. I was like, oh, how you doing, man? He was like, yeah, this is a good block. You just getting out the hole. I was like, nah, I just came from 30 building. So he was like, well, I was like, what be going on over this junk? He was like, man, everything good, man, everything good. They be moving around. A lot of people be doing this and doing that. So I'm like, all right, that's what's up. I was like, so where you from? You know what I mean? So he told me he was from. I ain't even gonna say where Jeff was from. You know what I mean? But he wasn't from Tidewater. I'll say that. You know what I mean? But he told me where he was from. We kicked it, chopped it up a little bit, man. You know what I mean? Reintroduced ourselves to what was going on. I let him know situation with the sergeant. You know what I mean? I let him know that I'd like to get money. You know what I mean? He told me he was cool with everything. So like, I felt like I struck a good roommate. You know what I mean? You don't always have to be around a person that you really been knowing for a minute or a dude from your city. Like, I'm one of those dudes I can mingle. Like, you know what I mean? I'm one of those dudes, I'm a great mingler. So like, I could be around a lot of people and get along no matter where you're from. It's just situations dudes be getting into the sales with people they familiar with, and that's just how it go. But Jeff was looking like, man, you know what? I think I'm gonna be all right here with Jeff, y'all. So boom. But first things first, after that conversation, like, after we had the conversation, like right before they said count was clear, they had came doing counting and did all that. But right before they had said count was clear, and that jive slipped my mind. I had forgot. And I'm sitting in the cell, and I'm like, man, the whole time I made my bed, I didn't even get on my bed. I just sat on the box because I knew we was coming back out in a second. You know what I mean? After count, so I sat on the box. Me and him chopped it up a minute. But when they counted, that's when they went by and counted. He had walked to the door when they counted. As soon as he had walked to the door, that's when I. He's cool, Weezy. I was like, hold on. Say he's cool. I was like, he's straight, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't I didn't want to stand there if he wasn't shake, rattle, and roll, to be honest with you, but he didn't give me signs of being somebody that shake, rattle, and roll. He wasn't somebody that I seen that, you know what I mean? That's what he do. But at the end of the day, he was a little older and he was in 60 building, so I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with y'all, man. But he panned out though, at the end of the day. So we came out for count, you know what I mean? I started moving around. I see a couple of other dudes, not too many people over there that I really rock with, but I'm over there moving around though, you know what I mean? I'm getting used to the jump. So we go to child. So Baldhead was a 70 building, you know what I mean? My old roommate Baldhead, y'all know he went to the hole a little bit before this story, and he got put on the other side of the yard. Me and bro was roommates for years. So now that I'm on this side of the yard, I'm like, at least I'm over here with bro. So I gotta go outside and talk to him though, because he's in 70 building. So that's the building beside us. So I went outside after we came out from child, you know what I mean? I hollered at him. You know what I mean? Kick it with bro. He let me know everything was straight where he at. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get used to being where I'm at. But at the same time, it feel crazy being on this side of the yard. Like, dude just moved me like out of nowhere. Like, you know how much stuff I had to pack up. Y'all already know I had to move stuff, take stuff off the wall. I had to do all type of stuff, man, because this man moved me out of nowhere. So, like, I'm happy that I'm cool over here with bro. But, like, I wish I was in 30 building still, though, man. But I'm adapting, though. So I told him who my roommate was, and he told me, he was like, oh, you in the old head. He was like, yeah, he was in 70 building for a while too. He was like, yeah, old head cool though, you know what I mean? Old head cool. He was like, goddamn, niggas be saying he a hater sometimes though. I was like, he a hater? What do you mean hater? He was like, man, I mean, he ain't hating like that. You know how the old dudes be that be working, and you know what I mean, got the job, be down on the women, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, he be down on the women. He was like, oh, I mean, you know, he be talking to him and stuff, but I don't, you know what I mean? I was like, I ain't saying him do nothing. He was like, you just moving in the room. I was like, well, I'm gonna see if he gonna, you know what I mean, if that's what he into. Because I was like, that's what he into. You already know I'm trying to sponsor. I'm trying to be the one that's, you know what I mean, running the play. You already know that. He was like, man, okay, ain't running no play, man. He was like, man, okay, ain't doing that, man. But try to push that broom and talk to the lady. That's all he doing. So I'm like, well, it don't matter though, bro. I was like, cause I'm trying to get back to 30 building anyway, or at least to the other side of the yard. And I'm out of here, you know what I mean? So he was like, yeah, he good. He wanted to stay a boy. It was like he chilling over there where he at. So I chopped it over him for a minute. I go back to the pod. So we went back to the pod where they put us on standby for dinner. So we was on standby for dinner. Like everybody was like, you know what I mean, up at the menu seeing what they got, because we got like a little bulletin board joint. You'll see a menu of what, you know what I mean? It's a piece of paper. You'll see what the weekly schedule is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So everybody was up at the bulletin board when she has to stand by for child. Everybody was looking to see what they had. So I came to the railing and I seen a young boy that was in the block. I was like, hey, what they got, bro? What they got over there? He was like, they got Sloppy Joe, bro. I was like, Sloppy Joe? I was like, I ain't going over there, Joe. So I was like, I ain't going. You know what I mean? So everybody was getting ready. So lady said, exit out for child. So everybody dip out. You know what I mean? Everybody dipping out. And so I had grabbed 2 soups and I came downstairs with my bowl. It was one dude in the microwave. Let me get after you, bro. He was like, all right. So he finished his joint. I threw my joint in the microwave, put it on 2.5 minutes. So my joint cooking. You know what I mean? The slider opened up. Because it be opening back and forth. Because sometimes people come back in or some people leaving. So I joint open back up. That joint opened back up. I looked. I was like, I stepped out the joint because my food cooking. So I step out the joint. I'm like, so I'm about to go over to the part across from us because my man in that joint too. So I'm like, the way the salad port joint is shaped, my door is right here. You know what I mean? It's one pod. I'm in 61. It's 61 pod, 62 pod in the middle, and 63 pod is facing me. So when I like over here to the right, it's like a blind spot until you look that way. You know what I mean? And that's the way out the building. You know what I mean? It's the council office to your right, the unit manager office, and the barber shop. That's the only thing on that blind spot, little room, right there, hallway right there. So when I go, I'm about to shoot across to the joint hall at my man. I'm like, but I stopped in my tracks because I seen the CO. I was like, oh. When I see the CO, I just seen this big dude with a Rick Ross beard. You know what I mean? Slightly like, not really a big Ross beard. He had a mini Ross, but he was bald-headed, kind of fat dude. You know what I mean? He's probably like my height, maybe a little taller at the most. But he had some size to him. He was way bigger than me, pause. Like, but he had a little size to him. When I stepped up, I seen him. I was like, oh. And the lady was right there on this wall. He was on this wall. So when he see me, he just looked. So I'm like, so I was kind of in my tracks. So she was like, where you going at? I was like, pardon me, man. I made sure I said, pardon me, because dude was right there. I said, look, can I go holler at my man over here in this pod? She was like, nah, go back in your pod. Go back in your pod. So I didn't know the lady. I didn't know dude. I didn't want to come off as a hater. So I left. You know what I mean? I go back to the pod. You know what I mean? So when I go back to the pod, I come in the jump. About 2 minutes later, our door open up again. My soup about to end. I'm about to get my soup out the microwave. I look, it's my roommate, Jeff. He come in the jump. Kind of mad, though. He come in like this. He like, I'm like this, get my John. I'm like, what's up? Everything good? He like, he walked up to the microwave, little sink area. He was like, man, every time I go get my tray away and try to come right back and talk to the lady, man, this dude out there always in my face, man. Every time, man. I was like, who you talking about? He was like, man, I'm talking about Rollo, man. We're gonna call dude Rollo. He was like, I'm talking about Rollo, man. I was like, Rollo. He was like, man, the dude out there, the bald head dude with the beard. I was like, oh. I was like, yeah, I seen him out there. I was like, what's up, though? Everything good? He was like, man, I'm trying to talk to the lady, man. He always in my way. I was like, man, you trying to talk to the lady about what, though, man? You ain't got nothing to say to the lady. Jeff was like, nah, look, she like me. We cool. I ain't saying she like me like that, but she like me as a person. So we just cool. That's just all it is. So I'm like, oh, so you mad because you can't get a conversation in because he getting a conversation. That's what you're saying. He was like, man, I'm not worried about that old nigga, man. I'm not worried about that nigga, man. I'm not worried about him at all. I'm not worried about him, man. I'm like, you talk like you don't like. I was like, I'm looking like, I was like, man, you talk like you don't like that nigga, man. He was like, hey, I don't like him, man. I don't like him, man. I don't like him, man. He got a job too. And sometimes I gotta work around him. But he just somebody that's always in the way, man. He just don't motherfucking know, man, why I don't like it. He know why I don't like his ass. I was like, man, you talk like you really don't like that dude like that crazy. He was like, man, he know why I don't like him. Yeah, he know why I don't like him, man. So I'm putting my soup packs in my soup. I'm like, that's crazy, man. I was like, man, you be all right, no Jeff, man. He was like, nah, I ain't worrying about it. He went up the steps like this. He left before me. I'm still downstairs at the sink. He hit the jump, went up the steps like this. He was like, hey, CO, open up the jump. CO, open the jump. Boom. He come back, put his jump up. He come stand in front of the house. He like this. Like how I be standing in front of the jump. He stand in front of the jump. He like this. So people start coming back. He seen people start coming back. He came down the steps like this. He get down the steps. He go back to the door. He peek around the corner. He was like, he looking. He like, he come back in like this. Jeff put his hand on his hips. He's like, I'm standing by the microwave like this. I'm like, I'm like, yo, Joe crazy. So a dude I know pull up. He from the beach. He pull up. We gonna call him Rob. Rob pull up. Rob pull up. He like, man, Weezy, what you over here tripping? Who after you in the microwave? I was like, I'm done, bro. You got it, man. He was like, yeah, that's what's up. You ain't going to chow? I was like, nah, I ain't going to chow. He was like, they got some garbage over there. He's like, what you laughing at, though? I'm trying to laugh. I was like, yo, I see you been in this junk, man. I said, what's up with my roommate, man? He was like, what you mean? I was like, what's up with him, though? Like, you know what I mean? Like he kind of like, he sounded like a little hater or something, though, man. He was like, I mean, you old dude, Weezy, man. Like, he's stuck in his ways. Like, he was like, he ain't the police and that like that. That's what you asked. I was like, oh, nah, I don't think he the police. But I'm like, he acting like he just hating on the dude. I said, who's that dude out there with the Rick Ross beard, the bald head dude? He was like, bald head dude, that's kind of big. He said, oh, you talking about Rollo from such and such. I'm like, yeah, what's up with him? He was like, I mean, she down in Bras, man. He was like, he was one of them dudes that was in the mountains. You know what I mean? So like, you know, he got here. He been here a couple years now. He was like, he don't take this joint for granted. Like, he's so militant how he move. You know what I mean? He be down in the Bras. That's his only thing. So I'm like, man, that joint crazy. I said, cause my roommate was acting like he was super mad at dude. You know what I mean? Out there talking to the lady. He was like, man, Rollo got the lady for real, man. The lady, Rollo. I think he nailed the lady. I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, but you know, everybody's nailing around this joint, bro. This Lawrenceville. I'm like, yeah, I already know how to go. I was like, but my roommate on some old, you know what I mean, on some old crazy action. Like, he mad at the dude, whatever the case. So he like, man, like, pay your roommate no man. He just old and stuck in his ways, man. You know what I mean? I was like, man, for real, Jeff crazy, man. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, girl moving like that though. He was like, I mean, I don't know if she moving or not. He was like, but you know, dude rocking with her. He was like, you know, a lot of these dudes in here just be trying to get some poo-poo Weezy, man. They ain't thinking about the bread. He was like, some of them do. I'm like, shh. I was like, you think my son can, you know what I mean? He was like, if I was you, I wouldn't even do no business with him. He was like, cause he don't ever do business, so ain't no need to put him in a predicament like that. He was like, now if he stumble across a situation, then you know, but he was like, at the end of the day, don't put no bad in his back because you end up taking a loss behind him because he ain't really a businessman. So I'm like, that made sense, you know what I mean? That made sense on what he said, man. So I was like, man, that's what's up, man. So it was time to lock down. I go back in the cell, man, you know what I mean? My roommate looking like something bothering him. Y'all know I'm on the top bunk, he on the bottom. So as I come in the room, I'm just sitting in the box right there waiting for them to count. So they come in, finally count, they count, I was about to give them the bed. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Why you looking like that? You still mad at dude, man? He was like, I ain't mad at that old nigga, man. Man, fuck that old nigga. That's how he talk, man. I ain't mad at that old nigga, man. Yeah, I ain't mad at that old nigga, man. Yeah. I ain't worried about him wheezing, man. Yeah. I ain't worried. I'm like, ain't doing that junk bothering you, man. I hop in the bed, you know what I mean? Just went on and mind my business. The count cleared, I dipped back out again. Like, I used to try to get out his way, even though he would never be in the room as much, man. I tried as much as my possible to stay out Jeff's way, y'all. So boom. But as all this stuff going on, I'm starting to see a lot of bad traits coming from Jeff, just when it comes to the women, you know what I mean? So I guess when it was lockdown time, you know what I mean, this time, so when we come back out, I guess Jeff will go out in the hallway, do what he gotta do. So my roommate go out in the hallway, do what he gotta do. You know what I mean? He out that junk doing what he gotta do. So like, I don't know, like the whole time that if dude knew that Jeff was trying hating on him like this. Now I'm not gonna say what city the dude Rollo was from, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say what city he was from. But at the end of the day, he had a lot of people that rock with him, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he was one of those dudes. I came to find this out later, by the way, and that Rollo was definitely one of them dudes that been in the mountains. A lot of dudes respect him for where he's from, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he's not a slouch, you know, like, he looked like a dude that could fight for real, man. His back was big, he was, you know what I mean? Yeah, a little fat, he was a fat dude, but he looked kind of like, yeah, a little size to him, work out a little bit. But like he just looked like one of them dudes that can rap real good, man. Like, you know what I mean? So I saw it, I could see it, you know what I mean? I know a fighter when I see one. So My roommate, the whole time, he out that joint still trying to run his play out that joint, I guess trying to get time with the lady. So I guess he finally found time with the lady, and the only reason I say that is because it was about to be night rec now. This is when we going out 3 times a day. So this was like right before, I want to say this was like right before night rec was about to end. So this was somewhere right when the fall was about to happen. Maybe October, the end of September, around this time right here. But we going outside 3 times. So we go out at the morning, to eat at 2 o'clock, then we go out at night rec, and then it's the 7 o'clock. So my roommate, I guess he trying to find the time now because dude won't out there, dude Rollo won't out there. So I guess he trying to talk to the lady. So I come to the door. We don't stand by for child. I'm definitely going out, but I'm about to tell my man at 63 pod to come out. So I come to the door. The door open up. I come to the door. I see a dude in his pod. I say, yo, call my bro. Dude call him. He comes to the door. I see him coming out. He came with his headphones. He's like, yeah, I'm coming out there. I'm like, bet. So I'm standing at the door. I just stood at the door. You know what I mean? It's another, that brick wall goes around. So if you can stand like this on the brick, you can put your back on the brick wall, and the front door be right there. Dude be standing right there too. And when the door open, you can see what's going on, whatever the case. So I just see my roommate come back in. He was like, he came storming in like a toddler. That's my word. I looked. He was like, he just went up the steps and went in the cell. So I'm like, what are you doing, man? So lady said, exit out for rent, exit out for rent, exit out for rent. Everybody exit out for rent. So I dip out, you know what I mean? So our pod went out before 63 pod. So I walk out. So I'm on the boulevard. As soon as I come out on the boulevard, I see bald headed them right there on their yard. They already was out first. We going to the yard on this side, which is the same side, but they got a fence in between. So we going over there like where the workout equipment is at. They already like right there where the basketball courts is at. So I'm talking to him as I'm walking the fence. So he hollering at me. I'm like, oh, what's up, bro? It was good. He like, ain't that? I was like, hey, bro, you right about my roommate, man. He was like, oh, yeah, he struck. Bro. I was like, man, he ain't really struck. I was like, he just be, you know what I mean, acting like a little hate. He was like, I told you that, bro. Like, that man crazy a little bit, Weezy, man. Like, he cool, but like, he a giant little hater. So I'm like, yeah, that's what's up, man. So I'm talking to bro. Me and bro having a conversation. So I look, I'm like, I see 62 pod come out. So they don't say nothing to me yet. So everybody going on the yard. So I'm still standing right there talking to bro. I look again, I see 63 pod coming out. I'm like, I had a conversation on some more, kicking it some more. Now I look again, I see it's the last of the people that's coming out of 63. I'm like, what, bro? I'm like, bro, ain't. He was like, you ain't staying out. I was like, man, you about to work out, ball head, man. I was like, man, hey, my man ain't come on. I'm about to deal it. He was like, all right, we'll just catch you tomorrow. I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow. I'm going back to the building, bro. He was like, you gone? I'm like, yeah. So I dap bro up and dip back to the building. So when I get back to the building, I come back in the pod, you know what I mean? I see my roommate, and it's like 4 dudes sitting at the table right there. Now, when you come into our pod, it's 3 long tables. I mean, as soon as you come in, it's 3 long jumps. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Right beside each other. Now, all of them got the little seats to them. It's like probably 8 seats on each side. You know what I mean? 8 seats on each side, but it's 3 tables. Now, that middle table is right in front of the flat screen TV. Like how I'm on this camera, basically, like the TV is right there on the pole, pause, and it's the flat screen right there. So dudes that sit on that middle table, put their butt on it, like the end of it, and be sitting there, and dudes be sitting there, dudes be sitting there. So when I come in the joint, it's my roommate standing up, and it's dudes sitting there, and the dude sitting on the table. Now the dudes that he's talking to, I'm new to the block. I don't really know these guys like that, but I see that my roommate is having a major conversation with some guys. So when I come in, I see it, you know what I mean? I'm not paying, I don't know them like that, so I'm about to keep it moving. So as I'm walking like this, so I hear everybody like, man, go ahead, man, with that, man. Go ahead with that, man. Hey, Lord, go ahead with that. He was like this, he was in his old head vibe. He was like, he had his hand on his hip, he was like, yeah, man, I don't care, man, I don't like to do, I don't care. Yeah, his face like this, he was like, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. He locked eyes with me and he said, I don't care. So I'm like, I'm about to go up the steps. I'm like, I see everybody down there. I just turn around. Something said turn around. So I turned around. I walked over there. I was like, what you got going on here, Jeff? Everything good? He was like, oh, nah, I was just telling you. Yeah. They was like, man, look, you his roommate, right? Weezy, right? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, tell him what you just told us, man. Jeff was like, man, look, I don't care. You in the way, I don't care, man. Like, you know, like, look, y'all don't say nothing, though. Nah, look, give me your word. You ain't gonna say nothing, man. Because I don't be out here just gossiping, putting people business out there, man. Give me your word, you ain't gonna say nothing, man. Dude was like, man, I give you my word. I give you my word, I ain't gonna say nothing, Jeff. What do you mean? Tell him what you just said. I ain't gonna say nothing. You didn't already told us. Tell your roommate. So I'm like, tell my, I thought it was something I done. You know what I mean? He was like, no, give me your word. He was talking to him. Give me your word. Dude was like, Man, I ain't gonna say nothing, man. Then he just started telling all the dudes right there, give me your word, man. Cause y'all done got me out here, man. I don't like telling people business, putting them on blast like that, man. Look, don't make me look bad, man. Don't make me look bad, man. Put your word on it. Dude was like, man, you done told us, man. Come on, man, I got you, man. I ain't gonna say nothing, man. Then he turned around to me, found. He was like, Sally, you gotta put your word on it, Sally. I was like, put my word on what? He was like, look. She was like, we was in a huddle. He was like, look. Everybody gathered around again. It was like, hey, yo, it's gotta be like. He was like, hey, look. You know the dude Rollo? I'm like, Rollo, what the fuck is that? I forgot the dude. I was like, what the fuck is that? He was like, you know the dude in the hallway. I was like, oh, yeah, your arch nemesis. He was like, yeah. I was like, what about him? He was like, shit. He got like, I don't know and I don't remember. Yeah, damn it, how he was on Augusta fucking with them boys.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.